As in government, again, I'm very far for us not to see them go through that indefinite strike.
You mean I'm that's Titia, we did it, the Bia Meca. My I woman, Ubi anyone is Casuno. Yes, he can so. The castle be as he can so now, I don't just say 777. Ibia, so far, Cotiquans now, but. Nya e fata obia no obia o sebe we si dan ba kokra onya ba ko bi obisi wo na kura ase nti obia si kan so enu nti se eniema base ya na ye Ghana fo na e fa o ho ti bi ya na me kasa no me careful. They are demanding bibia omone aban the ka aban a previous government ba aban ye nto aso omone aban atenase akamanti ase ayede aye adwuma enye sa aban ya, and let's emphasize no be enti ase ese enya aban we na ni omo ye nhihye no omo aye nhihye na twam aban promise say 2023 kura no musabe kesika no 2023 by omo sanka aban sre omo say omo nkan omo break akra omo kan ya kokosi say ase aban promise omo the final promise no card there na aban say 1st January 2025.
Yes.
Omo sabe kan musika 1st January 2025 me ato abawi me ni enti omo de kosha because abre no ene na sa nso de a na nkasa abre na no na mo ya appointment de man crofo ebra mo lose power no enka so you understand ka we start to am na the committee aban a oba no so easy me him say ndi no mo yes ah
omo the share January
1st 2025 it say enka o ya na we approve na we start to aba hokra ba omo a say be aban ba is that going to be nya ho hwe enti but sabre no na ho kire wo ho omo anim na nye easy enti aban fo fraba mfie bebre me nya mesre closer for no mfie bebre amone aban dada no eye nhihye no omo anya amamo aban fo fraba o stabilize the system no afi ba akopi nye yesre omo ne say strike de emwa omo me enkoso nkasa igidi say aban ne wo nhihye pademom won say President Mahama nansen a wa frɛ say ndwumayefo empanifo nya emra no ne omo ntenase no omo nwen eye omasetena mu ne omakatu asemu emenyo nwanwa say President Kufuor before leaving office in 2009 to about before 2008 2009 and all the single spine policy by on paper when to one dime a move here the President Mills be inherited and adwumayefo kai te say na ye kan ya bi ya ye nhihye dada da ho e se utua yi and aban. And I always say, if you want to understand the single biggest policy in terms of salary, aban biya a single spine pay policy. But I am interested in who paid, because ni chi an answer. Why? Who fee power? Who went to your try towards the M2 be aka to 1,000%. Then easy. But why need you? But President Mills and President Mahama together at the time, they paid single spine. Iti enya yen yase ye beye and they say you was our record now. You must read my phone so
but they are saying said they raised this particular matter when the transition was on. And the expectation is that if you resume when even transition was on, and you know so it's mutia 1st January, maybe 2025. Why is it that till date, you know, more
1st January now transition? Yes, that transition not except now one is checker. 1st January, no transition. Yes, what is transition? Transition yes, ya transe aban so also atanase. Yes, Ghana yekeni. Ghana say enye sikasem nko security sem this is yen short force wa ha ye we that's the essence of transition. I say oh bo me ba oh bo amane a kire enti e ka bi e ho bibi e ho bia o ma ba be ka we na ho we na ho pasa abre na wo gitum so betua on the 1st January 2025 so abre na nya John Mahama aban na so it we couldn't have done anything but you see omo no trust se nya wo kan minim se sa no mo ka say ya ba aban mu afe afterwards no ye ntua and America say yes but you see nya ye beto ye no at some point then na da bia ye kan ye ba ye no niaman tsese nia na etie no nti yesrom so mo mai bre se ni omunya bread enfie dodo e de ma aban na after omo sign agreement no enfie dodo na aban ni ntua nzo omunya abotre ma omo no omunya abotre ma ye betua aban ka so otua
okay
abotre ni yesrom so omunya ye betua
all right
in fact ye betua ye ne chance akra mo aban no wo ne pa de ma adwuma ifo omunya abotre kakra bi mai strike die emwa because on say empempi na it say adwuma a wo da uja to ho a na adwuma no Ghana fo adwuma ye no se be acrosser fo a minim civil servants ne local government workers ni omo fe adwuma no te so mo adwuma o ye adwuma no wo na komam ani ni pem nti e ba ni say ya empempi kra ya na enye omo de obi okro fie kro pese o sa ba be ye adwuma iti ehesa na ze ma ya pile nyuma na gu ho oba a opesa abaye iti me de eya na strike NDC NPP strike de ya na me feel say mwa papa but aban so enye na fam de so be engage om
okay
no ne o makasa
okay
na nyame ya adomu asa kwanya bi o ba bi obetimi de o ma hye ba bi animanim ya no hwe na ne omo ebisa ne mfa mo ye nkoye
all right honorable Kwesiakwa ma minti on the close-up issue na fi and go straight to the Middle East issues and the effect on Ghana.
Yo me fanchi ankase mawo. Ana me nua ni ahwefo gina. Am say yedika di nkomo say ene close up for a declare strike. Na owe bisa se ho anu no close up for wo mo a omo eya ban adwuma. Teacher ministries, departments, no agencies no. Wo mo no obi enum say o market assembly enye. Sabi obi we school now so management na ka so management ministry to show any cassette na yeah cause utie omope amogye no na nye tie wa ban mu na wose etimi ye bibi yetimi peja o market no kakra because wo mo na ehwe aban kratasem nyina so aban nyuma ne kratasem nyina wo mo na wo mo nti se wa mo mu bibi e betimi ama wo mo so enyankurasha ye adwuma at the end of the day no I don't know what the papers ehye falase to because me hu ade ode da ko beye no was be na otwemienu na otwemiensa in fact it's an area motivation anyhow obi anim nti na was it be hwe na ye ne omo ekaka sama ye ne omo kan ye no so before fia nto ata ya ntena ban mu ne etima to aso but na me nwe kan ye na ban no ye nto aso ti de oba betu bia na was so hwe so na we ye na edua no mo se ekoye mom so ma no me ye se ankoye mom de so beto yi nti ye best edua close agfo se be so mom come ho pe na ama aban adwuma nyina no aka dem nti ube hwe say if man dey call and ka traffic where be okum kra no so beti the last time mo call ye so te chese otubu se obi atifie no man ya they had a crowd here district assemblies obeko no hodo de omo ye nipaku a omo no mo hwe aban anamoto gina so nti no ebi obi fi ba bi ton na wakọ district bi ekwa kodi dwuma bi obeko no say omo strike omo pay omo register general krata bi ade aye yenwuma ne ade open intentement ne omo so ye omo strike ne ade nti e besremo aban na asho boy so aban de woka na nyobi na de woka ewo mu na eno tia close and benefit ade asho babufo ne say omabo aban po aban enya asebia enka nkere wo mo na no sa suba ne de yade a aban hwe de yi sebe nipa enko ahokyire na wodi aban dia saboso a aban ne tibi yi na so ase ne emfa no ho eba sa no a emabufu eba na omukọ strike ne cha ebe kan aka obi a nti ebesre se aban pass empe bi nka nkire wo mo na se de aban papa bayi a ne ma ye yi die e wo mo hwe no mo fobusika emfa ma wo mo na yenkoye ni
nti aban papa na abana
ana se aban papa abadi a se o se obi a ho to no What do you say? But now sure strikes na also do na mo honma yisi for aka for about 2 years news there after 2024 omo last quarter omo je omo allowances bi ni ade last quarter third quarter of 2024 let's say what be mo etua third quarter no fourth quarter no obi antua ya be pem sabri na me nua na e kasa transition period no efi say to abawie on the 7th ni ade no aban no ni tumi biara so osensan krata bia itosha bibia no ekogina ehono mu a na akam akopom say transition no ebe go through ni ade inti we yisi for no a na say nim say university for so ekeka omo ho security services for the first time to have prison services for na ye twira pom cho say sromo allowance bia wo mo bia no but no say aban papa na ba e be reflect e wo ye nuanom nyina abra bomu say na be ya obi aho beto no na wo hwa teacher for ma ye adwuma fie be mienu na akire ye ntua omuka bo e betua be 1 month nurse for ya ka aban de ayi e friend say plan bi na aba so betua omuka tot nkete enso enkan kwalai eyi adwuma na se yentua wo mo hwe kwan se by the time aban be so otua no na bomu aba no so ade ai bibia na bi se mi no ko boy a o de hwe no ho enso we nyina no eye nua no mo se aban papa aban so o hwe de yekoso e wa adwuma efo abrabo mu a hu se akai kakra nti closer for no ye besra mo mo de montumo bo na mo ne aban kasa na yenhwe de ebepiem be deputy ranking for local government committee into no me so mabo me pending for epon say be yen so yen invite yom na yen ti yom ye na yen hwe kwa be fa so de ho agim na ye hu se de be ko
all right but I say honorable Bernard me ba honom with the issue of the Middle East in afi ya share the effect on us and how we can fight this one. But this one says good evening, Mokan from Bantama in the Senate West District concerning the nationwide strike by the Civil and Local Government Staff Association of Ghana. I believe the Honorable MP for Akwetia should accept responsibility because they made many promises to Ghanaians just to win power. It even looks like he is talking communication and propaganda more seriously than his actual work as an MP. We also want to ask, how far with the road construction that was promised during the by-election, or was it only an election promise just to win votes? Or they buy and no. And this one says that how much does he earn at the end of the month after certain allowance? I mean, he's talking about Honorable Bernard, as in certain. They should allow them to. I'm not getting an English word, but earning 2,000 per month per day and all that. This one is from Pramso Udifo. I mean, I saw what they back na fi me kind ye ma ye. Close sorry, we are in G's and are also facing similar problems. Those of us who were placed on our responsibility allowance this month were denied of the allowances. We were put on the scale last month, January 2026, but it was taken away in February 2026. So you look as if clearly there are a lot of issues allowances and then certain salary or probably allowances government needs to be up and doing on some of these ones and all that. But I'm not on the Middle East issues, and then let's see the effect on Ghana. People have said mo afano se de ababeto no de mafano mo my excuse se we no abano bibi tui amay emfanity se de Ukraine Russia war ne your friend is saying COVID-19 e buy na mum no yenhwe no holistically as mo de to mo ne de mo person mo de fa baby fufro and all that. I mean meet you on the Middle East issues, and the effect that we see Ghana going through in terms of our economy.
Yo, me that's it. I'm say obi tax be or the buy.
Yes.
Neighbor parliament na mpeni for ba connect me me senior. Ti ya sitting na we nim sitting ko me I belong to two committees. Committee no ba ko me ba parliament that way. there is certain allowance. Yeah, saying I can't my head as a BB or I go to be about me senior. Oh, we be as a Bemamino or no budget franza. It is a BB, and Ubisa roots.
Yes,
also the name. So, main constituency, so, may one go booze a Jumel Cosso. If you can't see a baby and cacra, Yenin Yan yet to me. I yen sabri, okay, you so. Okay, it is all bear concerns in open the roots in a coso. I say, Middle East as some mean, shedding common baby fee. You let me at the Middle East in Como and to qua a pigeon and a na money honeson. It's here the home come then buy na America for Israel for against Iran. You can't talk about. I mean, should they where discussion if you have a do all of a sudden say BBC they see a movie because I've read any other prophet.
But the president himself came.
One Kasagana.
One Kasagana had does not mean say
Africa.
Exactly, but Ghana
Africa. Let me also embrace you. Exactly. Look, as we speak, President Kasano can specific sector be a problem busy. As we speak, airports are shut down. It's not a good thing. People are stranded. Ghana for what Dubai near. It's the president a cancer. On cancer, Ghana economy will be affected. Cancer, also Africa embracing for repercussions. Airports are shut down currently. And not the year cancer. And are stranded. Young I just say umpire bonus or per se emutu. But I know umpire bono no dia. Minim afa be a discussion because you sorry no pe bia na betransia. Close akasemaba. It affects our daily life. Monday you be call offices no. Na your officers work closer go muni ho. Se bibia nsia. You can once I understand. But this whole discussion ya mo happen. I say ya about to say as a day na see. Because President Kasa outside must African ya and African yan one Kasa economy and as sports and as Serbia Greek ne be affected. Obiane say ne be affecting afa depending on only Iran hono a relationship. At the crowd won't no work and no ne be affected. And of course, 20% of oil like Namsa a quine or marco blocking, of course, it would have an effect. But in the meantime, yeah, Kasa enya sa effect no. Because NPA has moved to even purchase in 5 weeks a fuel. So what is the issue now? It is not the best for the country. We spoke about them because it happened.
What happened?
What happened is that BBC Chroma be announced Russia Ukraine war. I want to go more agitum say I want to buy no. But
there was war. Hold on. Russia, Ukraine.
Get the difference. They say the BDNC. Patriotism argument in the neck. BDNC Krumha. Yatin Tokwano by effect ni nyandu ha. Ti me say yantwa omo de no edu ha tobo. And ansem sisi Ukraine ahokyere bai. And omo na ma yen reason say COVID na de ahokyere na ba. Any Russia Ukraine war omo na de bai. Any ekoya analysis no na ente saa. In fact, World Bank and Kasa can play it say economy no na say answer na Google. Neti any World Bank ekafa say munya na mo kan kra na economy no na say answer COVID eba. Economy ni say in 2021 when it was afibia no mkoji ska wa bridge no mkoji besia. 2021 no mko ene esi ye kado so do mo man. Eho ena eba ya omko print 40 billion. Ghana cedis a Bank of Ghana cash the good system and a say system. Grants na COVID intensive this are problems you buy your working. So you see if the BBS in here analyze here Stefan say yentu my foka problem BS yenya sika nko ye nyuma bi a president akase ye be and ye bisa say dey na ekoso na president akase Iran war no. Then we can sit here and analyze. Meaning say what me argument na because omo no nebema yen reason say problems are yes here or Ghana no has to do with that. So we have to analyze it as we speak. Obi amao BBS in Obi akaze Iran war. It is only conjecture. Niye conjecture because BBS is groma. It am say Iran war no na se eba be di hu komo say. And then e cause we Iran. I don't have a problem, but this whole thing about Obi ntimi nka say Iran war na di we then e si. And is it the issue of a confu or bomb pie as a chromo? Is that the issue? So confu or bomb pie as a chromo, what be? Because we see it is this issue. Yeah, the MPP for no, but I just on pie, but
no, what I'm trying to say is
so what,
per your analysis.
Because yes.
Yes.
Any account was it. But on this, I'm going next week over.
Yes.
Now, yes, next week, you know, any account was it. And then, Nessie, Ghana has a result of the Iran war. What's then, Nessie? Maybe I should be updated then, Nessie. So, I say, agenda be, I say, more, and then you be setting a on person 2 and some good. Kroma Ghana for Bibi Besi now we see Amobi and Kokase Iran war. President say Africa, he spoke as a vice chair of AU. Say Africa embrace home for say Obi and send your relative to Iran. But what I say?
Yeah.
And one can specifically say economy and I say youth sports and I say education. Okay. And nothing much was currently so person can hear the effect that Iran war idiaba because near currently or say airports are including even the former vice president of the country and on flag bearer or caught Mecca and no far your friends you know what happens.
Yes.
So what you say because of how safe and so free ho these are matters we can talk about but economically the BBNC groma you be kind of you more mekase Iran war then aba you be and obi abie na no.
Okay, very well. Matthias here, but quick one. I said I'm about Honorable Alex Akwesi Akwahonomono. Mummy share what former president of this country, Nana Akufo-Addo, Ekanye when the Ukraine-Russia war no was on and then covered matters in and exactly what Nana Akufo-Addo Dankwa Ekanye then na Fiyembra back. Then I will play you what OMAN Penny now also said when he was also trying to become the president of this country, leading the NDC then. But the Yenshe Nana Akufo-Addo Diano na Fiyembra back this year.
Has since the beginning of this year been further aggravated by the Russian invasion of Ukraine, which has worsened the economic outlook of the entire world. We in Ghana have not escaped this development, and the consequences are being felt in rising living costs at our markets and at fuel stations. The terrible events in Ukraine have a direct impact on our lives here in Ghana. Mr. Speaker, 30% of our wheat, flour, and fertilizer imports come from Russia. 60% of iron rods and other metal sheets are imported from the Ukraine. And almost 20% of Ghana's manganese is shipped to the Ukraine. The bombs might be dropping on cities half a world away, but they are hitting our pockets here in Ghana. Even so, we have managed to ensure that fuel supplies have not been disrupted, unlike in several other of the world. Difficulties we face, and the raft of measures we're introducing to bring relief and restore us to economic growth.
So clearly, this is what OMAN Penny Dada Nana Akufo-Addo Ekanye some 3 years ago when the Russian-Ukraine war issues, this is exactly what he said. Now, Yanshe Ora John Mahama, or also the Okanye when we had issues with the Ukraine-Russia war, the COVID-19. Exactly what he also said.
Russia and Ukraine's war has also featured prominently on the list of excuses. The Russia-Ukraine conflict cannot possibly be responsible for the suffering we're going through. Russia and Ukraine's war has also featured prominently on the list of excuses. The Russia and Ukraine conflict cannot possibly be responsible for the suffering we're going through. Indeed, you remember that at a time when the new government had just taken over, a year or two after, when things, they were still enjoying the largesse that we had left them, one of the leading members of the government said that their reserves had grown so big that if any external shock affected Ghana would be able to go 3 months without seeking any external assistance. I don't know how many of you remember that statement. When COVID hit, it didn't take 2 weeks for the Ghanaian economy to go on its knees. But for the IMF intervention, I mean, this economy would have collapsed completely.
He insisted this cannot be attributed to COVID-19.
This government must accept that it is their mismanagement of the economy, their thirst for consumption expenditure, and the desire to spend beyond their means in order to win elections that have plunged us into the current crisis, not necessarily COVID-19. COVID-19 has exacerbated it, and as COVID normally does, it takes advantage of underlying pre-existing conditions.
All right, so clearly this is what the two, both past and then the present, they said some 3 years ago when it comes to Ukraine and Russia war and COVID and the kind of things on the effect is what we're looking at. But Alexander could say my memory so, but clearly all kind of routes in Honorable Bernard, somebody has just given us an update. Or say, please, I was the one who supplied the contractor woods at Akwetia, Kusi, and Takurase. Honorable Dina, no. Okay. Road. Okay, yeah. Road. The work is ongoing. Prince Oklu alias AKA Motion Akimoda, and then he said that the NDC PM has spoken very well. This is Motion from Oda. Honorable, I mean to you on this.
Now, oh, Kase, near Abano. Honorable Kase, the Abano, if you be a surprise kakra say or Kadasa because clearly president and Akofa discussion yaba. Na Akofa ba you know. Unfortunately, and answer for some reasons, anytime where you beka world economic conditions once I be with me afa Ghana hono. President on Kasawa help. Okasawa bruche. Bra na COVID any Russia and Ukraine talk about so I have say, well, your politics, because Yadia, a bit affected, say no can but their videos are unknown internationally, no, or G2 must say Russia and Ukraine and COVID, no, and Africa, Yakage. It is any one say we so what could come on it, say Iran, ne Israel Tokwe, Yen Brazil for harder and tougher times to come. Oya man penny or manation inside. On when you say and Tokwana air cost one a bit me higher. Sebeha Africa, Ghana, and your island, Ghana, Africa. Inti and a war prepare yagene. But me, dear, me can't say into me ha Africa and into me ha Ghana because of none of the Moka yenti. Because a buying some more work beyond me fat. The pepe. Now say yeah, President by State Parliament at the State of the Nation address by. Or report to say, talk. If you see a year juma, no be if you see a refining crude. In fact, before that day, no, near titi or social media, so near they say, talk if you see a year profits. Sebi. To ho no, nya benkwa bi na ye ho. Eye crude and they refine it. Eti se ampani ampa se NDC ababa be to be apagya to mu. E ma ne to e refine crude. E ma ye hunu se e ko na ni ma president de ahye so na mu aba be kan. Se ochina nko na so bi ato bombo ba bi na ha adwene. Identity do se ye ma ne ha ye se e bia ye energy security e ho beka. And okay, say MPA for Edikan akọ ato 5 weeks cover. Yes, so all you to be wa. Just na refining in argument no na ye export to refine ba. Say there's a toy ye adwuma. Me ni say wo say ye higher ho. 2 fuel bo call from aban yi say wo mo no mama kwan Oma ye adwuma hye nneema mafo akofom. It is a ne ya nhwe fuel price. World my friend is a global fuel price. Na say you say mo na mayere mo ho na mo ye adwuma. So bi ato bombo ba bi na say fuel bo e kosora. Adenti na wo say ham. Enya de wo say ham because clearly bra fuel bo e wo fom no. Man ye ntubu say e world price na wo fom. And until na ye ton amagana for wo ebu a wo fom sabi akukudu amunya ye be sa one see the beto e friend say petrol product so ye D11 no e ni na say world price no na e wo fom it in a normal space ba mo beti menye sika efri mu ntentem na munya ye de kan it is a president akofa ne nkoma aba ye ntimi enkata ye ni wo ho ana say ye ntimi nkan ya no ntum ho o si ye di nkomo no na we put there me no ye ka ye simple ye time no na ye covid ne di kan buy covid buy no bia nim so wi ase nyinara ekwa ho kirem ye dan ye tena Ghana be ye afeni akire na ye nkwa adwuma ne yetua ye nka there was no productivity ya njije tax and so na aban tuaka ye ko fa sas kada we it is an wachi na say ohawba na say Russia ni Ukraine so e de no ho bagim to say ne prof no akire mu no enye niema na ye kra fi Russia nko na say Ukraine nko na haye yo but within that space send your freight ebo e free course ro no na nya de ketwa eti eniema wo kra say na freight for example $1,000 kwaya kopum be $6,000 $7,000 iti uye de ya enema wo ba be kra wo akokra ba no ne bo be de hwe edu ba bi face mask keke won de wi ana ye bre until say ye hu kwaya be fa so no ye tibi aye bi ne ye local one e the argument de na amanfo empeso beton amaye iti say entokwa esi wo ba bia ehun sunsuaso eba ba wo be bia si wo no sunsuaso a memi gidi se betimi de haye a ene ye oil nsam ye energy security a president so abaso na ba be assure ye say watoto niema we dey say covid kra meka ho say covid be ka ho de a ene na ye hu no say asem bi beba na covid a ye ntimi nya ho hwe na obi enim se ne yete obi enim aniso sabre no eba ye no na e wo se ye hwe na Ghana fo enya hoto eno na ye hye niema akopom se ye boy aba so se aman bebre se ne omo handle covid no se ne Ghana ni na nadu dan kwakufuado ne Dr. Mahmoud Baumia omo handle covid no na very impressive aman akese boy ye din because aman akese bebe se na nipa wu ye no na nye ebi ni ye de enso oban ya na odwen ne ba ne ma ho eye oba tan ya odwen ne ma ho oye hyehyei se ne be ya at least padudo na no ebenya bainbo do koso enti se Russia ni Ukraine be ka ho na se no man tia se de twemko ba we de nyame adaroma ye wo ye to aye adwuma na kudu sie tubu ha enti covid mbe ka ho nti me de me nka se de na mo kan ye ni binti na me ka no ba me de man pania ka se nye propaganda nko a na pania pa se to ye adwuma a ne to afiase ye profit na ye nim say there's a means you bet me the processing crude.
Yes,
that's exactly
oh
I think that be the president has some kind you know nyame me me hunu bebi ofi say na me nwe kan ebi o come Africa Ghana nka ho bi o nka ho bi ntino ebi obefia na ebetimi ebi say mu ye na watimi acheebo because ehun bi eni bebia.
Okay, all right.
Ehun bi eni bebia.
The Iranian war, if nothing at all, has compelled NPA to make panic buying of fuel in advance. Therefore, Ghanaians cannot be silent on its repercussion on Ghana. This is Mary Jones from Obuasi and Ode we buy. So clearly, this is what is happening to us on that.
Okay. When he said the year 2022,
yeah,
crude price, world crude price, $121 per barrel.
Yeah.
Now, say one, and now ma who do you know that it's Germany. Germany recorded its highest inflation in 70 years. In 70 years, now Germany nya inflation. I was rosa. UK and the US and soon the same thing. In fact, Sabrino. And it be for UK Prime Minister within 3 days, they say you because your mind penny now you're stressing your handle situation one now was say with me ejina ye Sabrina sa mark say you na no bubuhia say the tie bia no Ghana na be affect ye say the tie bia no na Ghana be affect ye it is ene yetimi ka say na ye friend say ye highest inflation in 26 years,
yeah,
54%. December 2022. Now I don't. Apart from that, the highest I record 1996. I know 69.2%. Sabrina one now America sees inflation cost no, and then the way a country say inflation when if you buy so you know buy how much inflation this figure, but because we have ever recorded this figure. Record this figure. No. All other major countries so record the highest inflation figures. Almost can't educate the so it will hear the world event here. AC. Now once you work global economy where young casa won't even casa your island because there's no way no matter what you have, you depend on another country. By the Yamia Roman, na Mickey says, say, to a year to me. Until the 4 year, meaning is a problem. The COVID became.
Are you sure toy is working? We are sure
the president told us. And before the president came to announce it in parliament, so no. Na ada, a friend is saying, social media, near other media houses, and they are too. Chief executives in your border battle, so I had within the span of about a year or two, no, where revival top and year Juma and ye refining crude. So that's it. And you know about the surety of Mimintoya, your business. Million say, yeah, women and one. You say, yeah, said the year query me, but a question, maybe sir, energy minister, and my better and further particulars. Okay, you know exactly what it is. But the reality is that the president has come to corroborate that story. Okay. To say, to a Juma. Okay. To a Juma na no. I mean, Oma Baba, Nimu Meneno, Omu processing crude. Okay. All right. For petroleum products. Okay.
Honorable Matthias, Honorable Bernard, Minister, if you want to say anything about it, so person can be so na your main two na fi your cost no. Yeah.
Easy. The issue of toll, mame enye.
And clear on my
toll juma.
Okay.
O ma start juma. And I'm for senka honorable be commend abayin.
I think he did. I
say yeah, Juma part. You say, but when him say yeah, Juma.
Me say yeah, Juma.
Me say yeah, Juma. And Toy is currently producing around 25,000 barrels a day and normal processing. Okay. Ghana, yeah, oil usage, you know, we do 45,000 in a day. Toy point to me so far, but we are praying. And me pie ball, my name is President Mahama, so this was the say, me, I call him normal, I process it was 45,000 now here. Now, ma, processing that cost. In any case, and I'm not too sure, say, unprocessed crude, no, you be now. I don't think we produce that much. I won't be still I won't be able to and process no. Now almost be process. Of course, either ways no. A chance say you better process crude you know from outside. So that established. You see. Let me maintain your marketing kitchen feel. Okay. I can say COVID as someone it is never the case. Say COVID and the my you do baby I do. But them sounds and me baho say one who asem na American. Na me hwe say nka between abo president Mahama asem ko kan wo. Is it is it Tanzania na?
Yeah, okay, the issue of Africans should be embracing.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
all right, that's
you
fine.
see, Assembly President Mahama Haye no. Ye pesi ye de eye asem wa hase no. Me catch all say. Assembly mai. At the moment. Near an amobia esi to be aye to near mpai bonso ne say assembly mai.
No correct.
Obo owura kufu adonebu. Ono de obegina amrahye bedwam ka say o how na ye wo mu no. Hey, COVID Russia Ukraine war. Also, bomb no yanto amaha. Now so I can't bottom or can see out here. It's your own the abanti. Yes, you scrutinize says Minya COVID Bresson. COVID began, I think it was in March 2020. And I recorded first 2 cases. By 2021, early part of 2021. Yeah, COVID county. Yakobo besia 3 billion.
Yeah.
TNU, what the for good, what for pen, tro 3 billion dollars. See the bear COVID ejuma. IMF MI $1 billion. See I'm fine share COVID in sensem. World Bank MI in total okay kabum over $243 million. Sika World Bank de man. O kabo mo esen. You spend this saying there were reports say you spend 1.7 billion dollars. And this so-called Ministry of Finance website. See you spend 1.7 billion dollars. It will COVID. Baby buy Kenya ye say. In fact, the Yankra as NDC, and then opposition, there were suspicions a lot were inflated. But almost spend $1.7 billion. It was COVID. Sika yebubu utifi mo ekase. Utifi mo ekase. So how can you come and tell me say COVID no na ma yem hu kire yan akodu baby. Ni nyachi na COVID ye recover no. Mo sa tax yen COVID levy. So again ye ken ni nyachi ene am light free ene ye say Ghana ni a onim lifeline for e ma light free no. Sikafo no a ye ni ya dia frase ye mo bia light which is not true. Free no na ye lifeline omo e wase ye pa na ye free. Ye nom no. Ono abo nom de no mtua. But in the end most say $1.7 billion. And IMF nko am 3 billion.
Yeah, 3.
Most akobo be say another 3 billion. World Bank my $243 million. It is also not the case say ni enjeje to. Say to no nye ye wo baby a because of course na enyuma bi adwuma. It no dey ni enjeje to but report na say you lose revenue over 11 million Ghana cedis. But what I say nti nia na ye hwe anim na so te undoubtedly because baby wo hold mount bi nya revenue but it wasn't zero. Na me so nienti americans are say expenditure lines bit to say fan say free SHS.
Okay.
Ni a budget to say enkola be ko school ye be more ye discover sa period na e covid enkola na nko school omtena afi. It is SK ye bo ye twato was ye be free SHS. You see so when we get into the nitty-gritties of omo ankasa nsem omo kana ensisi so eno na me yakasa bre no asem asi na wo se ne enti asem na asi ne covid enti yanya analysis na asem ya makeken ya ensisi so ni achi mo sabe taxi yanya John Dramani Mahama unyankopon difu a wayi na ma yen bri mu a wa be covid levy na fi ho ake ya da so tua covid levy
Maybe for John Mahama.
Odi for John. And no one can make it as to Jacob.
You feel yes, Busia Kruger.
What can you? What can you?
Until to me, check 20. And the money 13,000 can find. What's in here?
And you have a check. What is it? Text. That's a more kind. 1,001 francs. For now, dear, present and be as or how be aba. Yes, right, hey, ye who be as
effective, yeah,
pie and so say. I just had not make I just or comfort, then pie what is saying. Our team is honorable because ye crew him, the bush of food, yeah, on ones who are heavy, a bois or come. Timmy is an pie bon.
Okay,
Ghana Nibia and Yarish, you must say. BBAC.
Okay.
Now, mommy, bomb pie. You see, maybe I need to create basino. For me personally, I feel this war is completely unnecessary.
Okay.
Me, some command and I'm forced here. Look, it is completely unnecessary, in my candid opinion. Me, make with your NDC demo. Me, because I'm forced it's unnecessary. Oh, America, yeah, you be my head to say, we are senior class captain. But then, no, my dear is sovereign. Now, say, you know, I'm saying international law cry at work. Because how do you move from your country to a sovereign country now? What Venezuela?
Yeah, Venezuela was first.
Say, we as Mekuno. Now, so Mekuno. And now, Trump will come say, Obi or Bekaso, Bedi Papa, Yegusu Kuno. Can you imagine? After the Second World War, you see, a percent of Kobia BCB, your Kote, United Nations. After the United Nations, you're Guno, Kroma. What's your Gabu? It's a sovereign country, you know. And then to me, now also to me another sovereign country. So, and you see, let's be careful. You say, Sabi. Me person can't work for you. And not say the me uncle and
yeah.
You name baby at the next time, no. Almost do many better. But it is becoming unbecoming. I personally made me feel say, say be crowd or what? Yati yani asimugusu di inkomo. It is a muguso kasa na se bro so a ye wo body aye ne e hyase wo betimi dia ko me a obi akoka na asem ya asa ya wo tu mi a ho ode anti so mebo o sori nso obi antimi stop na mpanzo aboye ne ye kwa ye nim da ko a obi o be sori akase ye de se de omunya akase om de omani asi ho de na se ne I just say o kra onyankopon se e bra so me ba because om be nyam
yeah.
Me share Trump you say or say ni obi obedi na de bia beku no ampa so mbusu ku se ne ba no so ma fu ade
too bad
it's me dey na dream mu dey en santokwa we bet say so omo so say wo hu ne dey ba and you see the danger here is this senye omo Iran for allies ye Russia any your friend say China no mu na nka omo force omo ni omo na ebo omo disappoint you man third world war there be you.
It's true.
Omo disappoint you and na hwe ni Iran for so ye mo so mo ayesa mo hwe mo ze mo sorry na mo so mo amo ne mo Gulf for no Middle East for na so and mo say to say America we am akwan na the airspace am America it work na wo betumi some bebreba wo je time bebre ma hu wo betumi Nini basa ti memufo na areho
also to Korean Kurdish for I mean I was like
the scenes na nyefe
yeah
and we pray say media affect you the lives of people out there and need the kind of stress they aba na say no near ken our former vice president na wakobe say bi kra na o ya ade wo say free ho ekope ba bi bo no ho adwa and no means some aye ka Ghanaians are almost stranded one of the busiest airports in the world He say honorable say committee meeting kra po say e bi ana so workshop bi so ko wo ho ba bia otumi nko
Yeah, my own football tournament on board Dubai.
Say cry ni awre ho cry me nim se ne omo be ye afi hajj no.
Yeah.
Because every year so ano so omo ko. Say so omo ko so omo nko yini.
I'm even scared about the World Cup cry.
No, say Iran will pull it out.
It will be pulled out, but I mean clearly where people are gathered more. The
tension, because Iran for also say you bet now who knows?
You don't even know when they will.
And you see, you may be surprised. But being so, who more be in Iran, but America, but all allies.
Yes.
It's only to be a few baby grab at the Pierre and maybe I do they lose nothing. Or my son, or the bomb version what to an Kumunia.
That's what I'm saying. A bedding. Yeni komona fe yen twaso ewo honom ne yen hwe what is happening with the SONA because most started the home komo parliament. I'll start with you, Honorable Alex Akwesi Akwa from Achimoda. But this one says, good evening. During the global crisis caused by COVID-19, the New Patriotic Party government implemented measures that helped Ghana manage the pandemic and support the economy. Some of the stability we see today is a result of those interventions, not necessarily policies from the National Democratic Congress of the NDC. This one is from Elvis from Mampong and we buy. And this one says that please, Mr. Host, all the MPP man Ghanaians are awake from the MP the man Ghanaians are awake from the MPP slumber. And to you, the host, you are one of thousands. You are professional. Keep it up. Thank you, Alex Akosombo. Thank you so much, Alex. You could so well, someone says MPP never again. On the SONA, you must start to do enkomo, and I think that me and ukasa was SONA.
And you mean nakasa?
We mean nakasa. Okay. Then I got a chance to have your own here, but me who on about the here, but clearly you knew who come more. We raise issues with the SONA, especially with the cocoa side, and all that, thinking that buying is not really doing well when it comes to when the president Kasol Kanye did not really touch or make much effort to deal with the cocoa matters and all that. I'm into you on this.
Maybe I can say soda no yeah. Abai no ebu nkunta hwe baby a ofa man fee baby awodu any baby odeko minyi ne sanity e baby awodu ho asem ne yaka the states, the current states of the nation what do you say
the occurs of express road enye baby odeko
I don't know enya dey also be catch sir the states no say oba be ka express road ho asem a na oba be ka de wa ya fa
fa Ore Kufu adults 8
ode pass kofa
na ni ne emra na me nkire o ne mo
ode kofa bra but maybe the state you know the state you know
analysis ni
the state you know
ni egu me
ene
si for makofa
ene the oman no etie what I say but o share president in some obekan na I will no na doso bro ensem nyina so meye no the does so in some naso because the reality is that our party say there may be so they say but near they say a year na why year I finish musubika kra obetna akonya so na president eka say in just a few days Ghana will celebrate 60 years of independence on the theme building prosperity restoring hope and no any ochna your independence are be the unity. Let me catch there and then be debating and make us a president. We say yeah building prosperity. But would you hear the cocoa for a bush your comb? Also will restore hope. One ma cocoa for no I wish you hope of winning no I should say at it pansam. And I make us ochna independence no. So we can say independent day be a cocoa ni bia no betwe esa se ohun ne ntia wono edi ni cocoa abre mayedi achichire Ghana ma Ghana edu pempeso bi a wo so ono so yehye na niunyam nanso aban aye na adwene se sebe menya ayire foforo nti meyire da dey emfa me ho empani se okonfo boni a wata yare fo ho no konfo papa abeto no yenyimu because otena ho Emma yarifo no wanwu ti wahwe no a wanwu no so oba besa de yade a ya bo na baso ene abanse we good bu okosoro nti ene kokofo de wo ka masemu a eje koko sika na wo ha mo twa so betua ma mo bantua ya ka ya yiri ho aka bia afei mo sorry amusoma for emergency cabinet meeting mo afre koko fo ni o mani nkomo mo man ka bia hyem wan ka hwe a kire mo ne ti ya ne se makwa koshia se mo te so 1000 na ya ka ma hu se president botwi ni won te asem bia fi ho nti ye ne se da bi before wa ye ba begina so na nkomo ne edie no nkomo bia ni wono ma ede na hu won faso esin ye kokoo kwiafo no e be ko masem ho ne ka se bo kokoo kwiafo no so ye be 1 million but president so di ka se galamsey fo no e gold fo no o me 4 million e dey say ni de ase galamsey fo no gold fo no wo mo doso esi kokoo fo no eti kokoo fo no wetima ka se won fo masem enkodo
ana hu no
sabe pepe because o ka se we take decision say wo te kokoo fo sika no so na decision we take here no painfully yaw mu na we take that decision wa na nka yaw no mayente wo wabra bom diga before a wo ba beti omukoko bo no so no wo si kokoo kwafo be hunu se mahwe aboa Ghana apeja Ghana bidu za pempeso yi bebia ye dui kokoo kwafo me te me aketua so meeting the chief of staff aketuaso meeting the deputies meeting ministers meeting MCs na aketuaso na menye sika kaka na me de asomasen na me de somasen be wie de yen kan hu se world market price na kofom ti we amado yi amati me somasen wi a de aka de betrase de hu nkomo ka kokofo no be hunu se wo your bad time a odwen omko odwen omyem kom yan ye wa ba mu covid bere so ne nyama mu ye de ni ade from president to hwan ye ti obi aketuaso and then ADCs don't give 5,000. ADCs don't give 5,000. We about that feeling aketua kesi a wo mutuatua ma wo mo ho. O ma yo madwen se emfa wo mo ho. E no so kokoo akuani no a wo ye mobrohunfo obobroni no ne ade no. Ye ntina aketua so.
But Kokoo board decided to take a decision to say omo executives in senior staff ya slash
senior staff no so man pene so. I see you be kind say money omon kan eti senior staff for empren so say moti o marketua so enti o hyeso e na omodi ate aketua so o hyeso e na sa dipa kakra no aketua na mate so e de modi ene ade no e fragadam o we dey ahi woti so omodi ba kokoo fo no kokoo kwedi ni say the sika wate so no e na fa na de ma no adwuma wa ye contract out in the sign ye no mo ye campaign mo hu kwan ko mo chen e ko catch ro mo say sika ye de mo de sisi om ti mo ba mo say man ka world price na say bi mo yo bi a mo ni ma membu enim say kokoo bo no nyema na mo sore enya bo no de mo world price ka hu bia enka ba ko dwo mo ni ma ka sa kire mo.
But is it not right to say price of ade na kasa ye ton amano ne no abafom enti no first one ya to ne nyina ne de ya sign contract ne de da sa 3600 and something ye betua na mom de e wo sisia na ye de ko ne de ye ntumi entua sa esa ne se world price no e conform and indeed Africa so ama won atiase say indeed sa de na one kasa OMAN na ka no no cry for them to even go back to say cocoa no cry has become their middle crop for them to also slash as at the same time na kind so na mudi hu nkomo. Is it not fair for government to do that?
And I make us and then I buy the gold when you na say me yere foforo no sika wu nti ne papa mu a so ubu cocoa kwiafo no na ubu dwumu a omadi na ubu emo a omde aboa Ghana nkanya saa sika mfaso bebre na wanya fi gold no fakoso mase emma ewo adwuma o ma ye no ene de mose mo tua mpo no ye call rounds bisa kokko akwiafo no omse mu ntua sika bia ma wo mo
3.3 billion
mu ntua sika bia ma wo mo obi aso nya sika bia
wow
omse mu nya sika bia ma wo aso bi de tudwa se ye tua omka enti wo bi a ye kokko krache obi oye kokoo kwani na wabo obi besia didi wabo obi besia de akọ hospital wabo obi ho besia e de ahwe ne ma school do and then akafo e de obachi cause aban etwa trose wetu obeka aba wum first kan nkoma wo mo I na ekoko akuafo sa ye come see the politics say be woman no to about the man ye ntimi nsore nka say ye ja omo ho sa enti no ne koko nseb no koko akuafo de say aban ye say ayampadian pa say ye ya say wo ti o market ya so a di kan te wo de so the vice president de so the chief of staff the ministers na market ya so motitia na motisi na se benwuma ya motia boto abama ye be pere mate ye de so ni aboa no na ye de ahwebo na at least we hwemu wie ne ka so okay de mo ba be hu adwuma ba ba ti bio ne de ene ye be hwe ne aka ho asem a enkomenya mumu arehye mu kakra okay na maka ene ye be ye wei hwe koko asem ba ye wo mo call woman no good odikuo ho no mo kasa no o se president mo ba be kasa wo na wo ye campaign no o ka say ye to abama wa afiko anu o ba be si cocoa processing plant e wa say Gregwa afi aba e betwe buko say nye cocoa osem ne ba ya ko so obi ampo amma ameka say mi ankyere ye ase wo rafi eti enne na wo be ka say ye ba be processing cocoa no bi wo ha say ya na me beji wadi minti bi nyi afi ye be san ko aban nwuma so aban ese gbama adwuma 1 million na ye po ye say statistical service said there be no 1 million na 3 and something be say aban dey pa na aban ba ye wa be ye na woti be fa dipa 3 and something apart from so be yi mabunu be 30,000 ready wo fa biashem osan so ka say ayi e fa say school feeding I provided 35,000 employment na school feeding no why na man adwuma we are the same what buy school feeding the mo we di bia ka ho minim so obo so mato musika ni but I don't know employment abemu ana there be what be yin nkofo adi what yin nkofo contract if you monsem e na wo wa fan nkofo for e no employment abira wa ma unemployment of that same quantum it is zero effect zero effect it is president ba yeso na no enti na kasa kwa na ewa na nkofo bebre eda because it was uninspiring. I'm telling you mo fa video no hwe empenifo eba betina ho no patwa president by the time wa ye ba be president ba be wie no wo hwe ho no mo a bo de camera no to wo no mo ya no mu ina so ko because asem no na president take no na ubuniti ehune nai ebiom osi obo mpa ye say wo mo on beko world cup be yakwa ko world cup no ye breyas ye sa agi ye visa 5-year visa not to meet no omko momra na wahihye aban ni ye e ma aban papa aba se ne amoka yi ni ade a enko bi ko support Black Stars World Cup wo be so se di pa ko o mebio caution say I don't hear so be caution bi aban ni ye o man ni wahihye di ye mu ode iti di pa ko America o ka ba be dai no so te me class Martin so that's it all right it you share someone we share someone ogusu share nkata why okay why we share someone president ekeka ni ade nyina no okay that is on one nim say on mine no on she said ye it no woman ba ko support Black Stars no woman ma etina wo patch say Mr. Momuka mumra o so man ma ye dey obi ejakwa bo bedwane
Alex akwesi akwa na motin nka sesia no mamemra honorable Banabede Akobedu hono MP fakultia and this honorable me sure say are you okay with when money
na me do so me
o sheshe go
was sesia good
yes
His Excellency Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo
okay
mfie wotwe obedi Ghana Kunyaso the State of the Nations address from 2017 to 2025 in now in Egumeni I may me one say honorable akwesi akwa e de afa ho nti na me guso ahene maye nti me fa ba ko bia ne maye so fa ma kan
okay
we year 2019 there
okay
me nhye nti e be fra 2019 there hwe page 23 a dorsum but my fan back
okay.
Said ya obi hu say page 23 second paragraph for say Mr. Speaker we intend also to mine at long last our bauxite deposits in order to establish an integrated aluminium industry in Ghana. That was we break. Yeah, mining bauxite 2023. We intend. Yen 2023 na no okay. Yen your person ye.
They see any so.
They see any so. And no see and certain state of the nation address yes sir. Any crab back on no. Now, 2017, so any. We page 7 at 2017, you reku second paragraph now, I will page 7. Or see, we have decided to embark upon a program to provide water to enable all year farming. We are calling it the One Village, One Dam policy. It is a program that I will. As I'm coming on TV, One Village, One Dam. Oh,
let me tell
you agree? It is a program that I expect will rapidly get the support of the population and should help to transform food insecurity in the 1, 2, 3, 4. Fourth paragraph. So I look forward to an increase in public investment in agriculture.
Future.
Now, Sabehe, we 2022. Dear. We have yes. And also in page 14. Is it page 14? I'm sure we know. Oh, baby. Okay, we cross in. We 2020 there. 2020 there. So, also can page 18, paragraph 2. Also, Mr. Speaker, I am looking forward to the business resource centers being built, helping the country to unearth some exciting young entrepreneurs. I'm looking for a dozen baby.
For sure.
Me sa baby kwa. It is not the case say as I say yet me albeto yenkwa. The formula has of me so to me as well ntimi anya no. I know you betimi adi sa ankomo. Baby America. Yeah. Could be business resources. But the yen
also business resource centers.
Also we obesi ewo district bia.
And that's when ntimi anya bi.
Miss Debbie on the wabe me say see this is 20 I think 2018. Also, you see business resource centers for district.
Yes, but majority of them are
20 million baby.
But bet me actually because at least I was on the deputy or that will be. Eche no be no nucleus. In the emphasis or that no be servo the Atimansa that enclave no. Because omo ye nsa say the be at least omo ye others no one.
It will be a district.
Anye every district. Yes.
It is so 2 years old ntimi aye sa uncommon e betimi.
Yeah, sure.
One village, one dam then.
You said that, yes.
Per the record.
Sure.
And said that. Now you see state of the nation. President Abekasa. Ushan common Unianum eba parliament no mabo mo edada kran sana no nim ne am panyin kra beka no mu nim so no ma she tuntututu ti o mo ba ye nia ye hu se o ma she tuntum na e dia se bi kra tuntum ntoma se ntini na egu onkom no de o mo de ahye ombotom mo de asi ansa e na kokoo no minim ana se bag mana na e wo hen because ye hu kokoo no say rob dia se eyi da si o
say here because president no as na we fi kokoo for no ke o se e be kire no me say be na akate so te be dane
anka kokoo asem
be dane akate no say na president akate
the president anka kokoo asem you see can say it's an age-long problem. Say beans ni yeton. Yeton wa amano ne bo no. Nia yebenya no. Near the formula ache. Farmer we benya we. Now we aban so enya say. One of the main factors, apart from a boy one man on no, exchange rate because you cotton dollars.
Yeah.
Unim se dollar no at you see the not tear pansam and ye to $1 to maybe a 20 cedis and cook any benya escapa. unim wa hwɛ saa de no na dollar no aba form na cedi no ahoɔden wɔ soro no nti no yɛ ha export nso no kure wo mu no nti bibia ɛbɛkɔ akɔtɔn na anoma no ne no sika a wɔn brɛ so na dollar no cedi ne sɛɛyɛ no anka yɛbɛnya no ɛne yɛnya sɛ sika nti ɛno nso wɔ ne effect it as a country no we need to choose our priorities say yɛma dollar ne nsɛe that's the first point a yɛbɛtumi anya 1 cedi to wɔn brɛ so 17 ne adeɛ no $1 to 17 cedis which invariably no yɛ the export bi akɔ yɛbɛnya more cash na nka na omo ka se yate so omo ka nominal figures yate so 1000 yate so nka bo na say kra ka still yente so because dollar need to give business ka be affect other sectors nso senia honorable te hayi okra niam fia brochire se ne ka akro okra fia brochire the duty otua na nya sa na otua omo breso which is a fact because exchange rate na ye determine custom duty no foreign currency a dollar and ye essence. It is a dollar near year a bois. It is a yen said near my crabber, full crest watino, and yaman on nigga so at the exchange rate because a cotton ye deba. It is dollar no abwa fabi. Messi a ne, Okuani, send ya meaning I fee a baby a ye quiano. We decide a koya could do, sa bottle could do 70 cities with Kruma, and then I'm 33 cities. Okuani bia otie me bia menim some ofidie na kwachire even Ashanti region go mutie ekoko do 69 70 cities kroma ene ne boy say so oye ne sedan kra na eka baabi na baabi nso o ho ayi but I in my communication e okoku asemu no da bia me say sabe ye megina ha ne enka nkire koku akuafo say oh munya amasem na eno ane yaye no yesi yepom chewo yesrewom enye sei na John Dramani Mahama his excellency openo it was a painful decision send your catcher yen wo parliament say your magana for ni asomte but ne was all ye to save the industry ya catcher almost say koko yi even Cote d'Ivoire akra no omo ka say omo pesa ka bibi fofra for mo pricing ho because ne onim yesi wo Cote d'Ivoire omo reduce omo prices no onim yesi say no munya ska nto koko nti na choku go and check omo yi omo nya ska fa nto eno na omo call meeting omo so call meetings omo hwe din no omo say no we need to reduce the price it is abra no the Cote d'Ivoire de ye editwa ye mpoa say yam Cote d'Ivoire akohwe yewura abugina po kan o parliament meti odi na mehwe ne nansa na Cote d'Ivoire so the new price buy say nya de o meti far lower than ye ne eto ye crazy eto but let me also emphasize that it is not even true say government is paying 2,500 for all the cocoa ya to already 50,000 tons that are buying credit cotton aboka because e bo na ye ton wa amano ne enye kra aban cotton aboka so aban se menya age dada ne de ukura uchet no metua 3,600 na ma you know that me what
yes I know that
it aban enka say wati cocoa so you ukura chet no so obema 3,600 no but omo a afei na no mkoko omo edfa nkoye no omo de ko ni omo afei na no mate a omo hatane ade omo de ko no eno no ye mop no which is around 70,000 tons Ethiopia bia na ban me fa fidie so mfa nkama etiefo nte koko akuafo ye sere mo ye maame no ye papa no se na wo de ukoko akodada na ukura wo cheta aban tua 3,600 no na ama se maya enam kwa so eba ye de enim se ebinom nsa aka ebi nsa nkan e aban sika enam kwan anim eba obi enya abotre pom chewo but ade here tetru ne say aban no aye na adwen se sa generational problem no obe ende no which is selling the raw beans no we have not as look let me say as a country both sides obi a wabedi akonya no so pen ya failure mine no ya failure cocoa sector no and no na President Mahama say obe fix the problem no it's a generational one it's they say your cocoa beans no 50% yemfa beans ne sa anko because sabe nsuo keke na auto na say Ghana ye japade a ne nsuo a ye ton a wo de kwa bruchira onipa no ehwe a o se nsuo meto no $1 so e bia nka o target ne $10 nsuo no be na obenum ba se o de nsuo na yade bi ehia a o ye dan ya so o moto a eno no so wo to me kakra o so se ye beton ni sei until we have to put some value and no na ye this game changer gold board buy ye ye to gold no on say yes there be ye to gold ne sa amfa anko nti ye bia jiwari aka ho jiwari because what they call Dubai no ne ade a omoji om de jiwari no masa aton ama ye board ne ye say 20 there carat then ye betimi ayi bi wa ha gold na ha defi ni yeso ye the value na to so nti se Ghana ni beto ha de abrofo no bi kura ba beto because ombo ye sure say gold ankasa na ye de gold ni fia ni asenya sika enu na president Mahama say ye ba be ye bia makoko
okay
na yetimi anya value bi ato so se ne ye be ya enya ma no ne bo keke in terms of the beans no na ama okuani bia de ni sika ehye koko afuo mu a onim say emfaso beba enya saa ne ye keka koi ebi kura na be west ebo no say formal na guso it are we saying say ye be hwe ne saa keke na system na collapse ne koko aye kuroi emo akoko aye ye ntrasema industry ni collapse da it ye pakua fortune
okay
meba twan
meteo
yesre omo a saa hodo de ye pom chew ye nkotodwe gufo president Mahama so sere omo nya abotre ma no betutu ne ma yi emma koko no omo anya mu mfa so pa but ye wi a ni abaye nuano mo de ye amanyosem no omo ye nia omo tumi nka one alternative as omo na nke wa ban mu ankombe eno ane se da bi mo se yenko pesika na ye maintain price
because ya ebida
da bi koko price bo so nte this margin da e wo kroma
after them come margin ye ka we ya no maka we
ye ka we ya no maka we
koko bo so atia
hwe on wo ka se mi na me ka kire mi nua baako e wo baby say asamo amokan sebe ya din o enya politics na mo ya munu na mo ya the crusaders of domestic debt exchange program okroma o sabre na mo nim se betimi akofes ka o baby atua pension for siga enya politics na mo ya nene na nsen ya indeed na e wo kroma mo ntimi akope besen ama pension for mo se mo mpo mo sika mo nya ntua haircut no
did you say is entry
mo se mo nya ntua to the extent to say a whole former chief justice am fa na adwuma ene waye interview kra say e ba ne obesa ibiem kwa de amoye e de ohun sebe we ye wom. These are the same managers ne almost omo I call
because they sida
na botre
they sida
make say
on two different occasions
take cocoa so this margin that in the history of cocoa check it
na do breso ya teso
because abra wo kan ye da bia asamo de na ya na Cote d'Ivoire na mo de compare sabra na Cote d'Ivoire for atem de then what is happening in the industry now we been see that check the records. Of course, volatility in the na ba ekosoro na, but this margin, it been see that. Check the records, you know. And I'm saying that some person mo magana for temasia. Mon chire mo na mon chire say yem penso a nke ebe say ni omo kan say kopeska na for maintain the price.
Yeah.
How do you know one peska into your pension for neka? Kroi mo an yeti o. On the 19th day of December 2022, meba eno adan chen 19th day of December 2022 and now mo ba out ba be kan ye as a government say there ye ho hwe ye ya kakra ntimi ntua bio omo called foreign market cry ko pesika yes ye mamu bio afi de abrem e ma ye kakra ne ntimi ntua okrom ha President Mahama e ba ye energy sector mo jaka 80 billion e de to ho unim say bra 2024 elections do point bia na IPPs ne kwase yem produce bio ye ka dum so nya sem frama fa na upo lebu no ada so mu be 5 6 7 ebia one day dum so ye lack of capacity nia ye produce no enso nia ye ntiese ye share power no baby e kodu 2024 and President Mahama ba ye obeka kire o say menuanom 1 year in office metua 1 billion the ama energy IPPs no $1 billion na and gas are you use metua up to date into any problem with gas. What is IPP ni bi kasa? Nya ye beto ye no. And you say okay. Fuel bo and so aba form. Ya ye dollar nso ye. That is a fact. It fuel bo no ntimi nkosoro saa bio. Prudent management. Yes no. Sad your friend is saying so no your thermal your power no it is generated by thermal.
Yeah.
Largely. And ye de sa levy ekoko share ho no mo friend D levy. So at a 1 CD no.
Yeah.
But you who say it won't make so much of an effect. Adverse effect on the people of Ghana because basin ne ye to fuel ahen no mbreso ne ye to fuel ahen omo ye ya say after omo G and COVID levy ebisom kobo eni achi no omo sa ka chese yansan fa yi levy ama ye ho be kire yen kroma ene ye Ghana ni sendi mobile money kakra bia ne asa age ne yi levy President Mahama say sa de we survive me first budget we yi levy afi oman na mutu ene ye ka say oman aban ben ene wo krom ha say ya watimi di sika ko local government offices te say ya aban ya yi e bi nsi da aban bia ni ho no first na mo say ato force and spend it
just a minute na fe ye fancy
sika akọ local government cash and kasa nya say ya je contract wa ha ene ya te sika de fingran omo ko mo primaries no na be ya asem so omo say eyi maame na odi kan na chi no omo say no release sika na am say afa mo be ka no kre sika akọ local government offices wo Ghana ha de bi sida e wo krom ha enu achi hwe enne aban ne ka so obetu assembly members ka otua no ntua over 135,000 students yes ye betu omo stress free first year ye betu omo school fees am ye tua na ye ntua ye tua
betua the same
ni omo ye omo say na omo akola ni ko school ansa na akire last year ye tua mo bia. But what we do, because you see, you can also young prudent young Tom Sikan and Fair Mark or no uncle school there.
Now say yes, I'm okay.
Oh, yes, I'm it's in Nippon, non commutia. There be also from 1 year 2. Momo as a buyer funding. Good, you buy the money funding. Yeah, oh, you fund you over 125. Obia, you on one, will be OTB.
Why say you be a phone line this year?
And some of the doors,
I can't do 3 minutes now, but quick one from
I was your money Mutui.
Mark Okrekumanté is asking. He's asking that so am I getting the impression that the drop of cocoa prices has been influenced by external factors? I'm really asking. That's what he's saying.
Drop of them.
The drop of cocoa prices has been influenced by external factors.
No, you see, meaning mischief, no question.
And you mischief. That is a
Look, that's what.
So let me answer.
Yes, quick one.
External price in your factors. You see,
no. Honorable. That is external price. No, external price. External factors.
How do you see?
What is external price?
So let me external
factors.
I don't need the
quick one.
External price. External factors. I don't need the.
One will say just a means to link says na mo cardiac COVID so COVID no not the direct consequence ni ho we no me na me can say me say honorable ni the only determinant ye de hu sika ye mfama kokokua ni ye sika ebo aye koton ho nothing anya chemistry nya physics
it's a price
but factor
what's your price a factor
no minimum factor no be na say game ni or no external factors because you see or no person
prices any part of external factors
after they say a part na say nya no nko it me person be single me out say a price it has nothing to do with say intokwa biasi baby it is because our power link it say any na confidence so ye an external factor je na me ho kire there is no direct linkage. Do you get the point I'm making? I know why the mischief in the question or ye ma ye say ye can external factor but we no any external factor price only yen kan ye si krom ho so obi awu ana so obi ayebi nia ye ton no na no kra ton no man baako so nti nia ye ton no e wo international market no eno pa nia de omo breso na de na omo ye it is all about bo akoto no sa bre no kra no omo koto because omo nya windfall no omo makua ni no 32%.
All right.
And so yeah, and then makua ni no 90%.
Creating is a 1,000 something farmer no.
Nominal figure na no
count. Percentage no mo hey. Now you say, "Munam catch a creating say, who catch a creating say 2,500 na mo man no." yes, 3,000 something.
No. Say yes.
No
politics now more.
What do you for do akasa asem?
Debbie.
Otukoro me di na.
Yes. It is no 20 bags of cocoa. Now what's in 1,000 because no or expected 3,006. It is 1,000 nenye sika kuma. Otena se kra na okaya. Obeka ne sen on tia se ntia meba.
Tuomofo.
No munya say. But the way amon no dey ya politics.
Politics.
Yey. No mo ba go because ofo VIP no. Air condition VIP no. Na mo dey go owura mo.
Me fa bi.
Air condition VIP na. Ba sa obiani ni ntina mo.
30 seconds. Adie bi asa beto mu a ye ka ho asem. Any ye gold 18 tons no makofa koton no. One ton gold no at the
ya scandal ba scandal bia ni bia oba ya
30 seconds.
One ton gold no at a particular figure. Abra mosi gold no a ye di go in na no but dey show your currency no so na eye afa ye de na mokoto no sabre no a mokoto ye no bosumi miense echi mosumo sa akoto gold foforo at a cost of $5,000 dollars.
Okay.
Sa 35 to 5,000 no. Yes, yenye hwemu. Na ye hunu ni pa boto ma wo mo
for scandal.
And then scandal dey bebre.
See omo bre so no.
Scandal dey bebre.
Week bi ade nya scandal. Omo pebi wa ha. Omo ya omo nya no nya.
All right. Mo scandal dey here. Mo na mo twumani say. Mo hunu say scandal. But it's not about mo describing say scandal. The Ghanaian people are watching you. Omo nim dey ekoso. So they say galamsey fo a mo ene abaya catch fo and the issue
Okay. All right. You better must say.